I think, and this is the evening gown round?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
this is the evening gown round.
For our viewers, we would like to tell you this is the evening gown round which is being held, and this was held at
The
Grand
Grand
Empire.
Empire.
the. So in this, what are they judging on this? I mean, when there's an evening gown round, I think
Yeah.
this is the girl who won. Kajol
Yes.
just went there.
Yes, and this was the first runner-up.
First runner-up. This is you, Shreya,
Yeah.
sitting there in the audience. Then you have the judges there and the viewers there. And what are the judging? And this is the talent round.
Talent round. Yes.
Talent round. Okay. Most of the girls like to dance or sing in the talent round.
Yes. And we actually even had acting. There was a girl.
Okay, but if I may ask you, let's start with the evening gown round, then we'll talk about the talent round. In the evening gown round, what are they judging in that?
She's good.
So
Yeah.
basically what they're judging is, the overall confidence of the girl, how the girl
Okay.
is walking, is she smiling, is she nervous?
Right.
So it's kind of what they look at the overall picture.
Right.
Sometimes you might see like, the most prettiest girl.
Right.
But then what we see on stage is just not how beautiful the contestant looks, but how they carry themselves, and their personality shows too, in the way that they walk and the way that they're smiling,
They're smiling,
and
yeah.
their confidence.
Yeah. You know what? And that's where I believe, sometimes I would say, she's a supermodel like Naomi Campbell, and there are others. But when you look at them, when they walk and the way they carry themselves, I think the confidence.
The confidence
Yeah.
is
The way they
the key
carry
factor.
themselves, I think that's very important. And what are you looking at when you're watching the talent rounds?
The talent round, basically, we had the judges. They were like, we had three people from the film industry,
Wow.
and there was one, like she was a big dancer. She got the president award also. Like they were the one who were judging everything.
Lata Bhatta.
Lata
Yes.
Bhatta.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Yeah. She's an amazing dancer, and
Oh,
you know,
yes. Yep.
and I think most of the girls there at the talent round usually they dance or
Yeah,
sing. I think
mostly they dance.
Yeah.
you couldn't have a better judge for that for
Yeah.
other than
Yeah.
Lata Bhatta. I must say that. And what are the other rounds? There was one talent round that I could see, and then there was one evening gown. What are
And
the
then there was another Indian wear round,
Okay.
and then the top 5 had the question answer round, which is my favorite.
Okay, question answer. So
Yeah.
altogether 4 different rounds.
Yes.
4 different rounds.
And how do the judges judge? I mean, are the points even for all the different
No,
rounds?
see what happens, the way it works out for the Indian wear, evening gown and the talent round,
Okay.
they judge it. And out of those, they pick the best 5.
Okay.
Then the score that becomes 0.
Okay.
Out of that, the top 5 ones, the question answer, that's the main deciding factor.
So basically, whether it's the evening wear round or
Yep.
the talent, I mean, it gets only to a stage that you have to
Yep.
pick the top 5.
Yeah.
Once the top 5 are decided,
Yes.
and after that, it's entirely the brains.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, whatever you would answer,
Yeah,
the question that
it,
is being
it all
Yeah.
depends on
it
that.
all depends. And now my question is the question same to all the contestants, or is it
They are
different?
different
Different.
questions.
Different questions. So luck also matters there.
Yeah, the way we did it,
Yeah.
like we gave the chits to the girls, like there was a bowl, they have to pick up the judge.
Right.
So judge was whatever they got it, then the judge, they asked the question.
Right. You know what? For me, the easy one would be what is the biggest problem in Ontario? Auto insurance. For you, the tough one would be how do we fix it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think luck also matters. You know what sort of question do you get? The luck also matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And Shreya, if I may, I start this time with you. That what do the judges look at? You know, if someone is answering, are they only looking for the exact answer, or they are looking for the confidence or the flow in the answer? What are they looking at?
I guess the confidence, the
Okay.
flow in the answer. There's no right or wrong, right? Because most of the questions
Okay.
were more opinion based. So
Right.
what do you think about this issue? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just about what the girl. And you know what? It's not. Don't answer a cliche, because if you say, "Oh, what's more important?" and is it beauty or brains, and then everyone will give that cliche answer. Oh, both of them are equally as important. Say something different, right? I think that's what the judges are looking for, because I've judged pageants before, and that's what I definitely looked for.
When you participated as a contestant,
Yeah.
out of all these 4 rounds, which one did you find the most challenging?
Well, okay, so I can tell you which one I found. My most challenging, I would say, was my talent round, because
Talent.
every girl is so talented, and then there's tough competition.
Right.
My most favorite round, though, was the question and answer, and that's why I think I basically won, because that's something I really, knowledge is so important, and that one was definitely my favorite.
Your favorite?
Yes.
And Tony ji, if I may ask you, out of all these rounds, including the last 4th one, which you asked the questions, if you had to weigh in, like, okay, this is the most important. I know you've equally weighed all the options. If you had to weigh in, what would you say that this is, I think, the most tough one for the contestant, then this was a little bit easier, and this was really easy for the contestants?
See, the I would say the question answer round. That's going to be the more tough because
Yeah.
all the judges, whenever they ask a question, they ask the question and then they ask why. So
Okay.
you have to let them know why do you think so.
Why do you think so? You can't simply answer.
No.
And then you have to explain that
Yep.
this is that. And do you agree with that or?
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with that because once the girls make it to the top 5, that's like the deciding factor is the question answer round. So that's one of the most important. And then I would think second would be talent because then it kind of gets you a chance to show what's unique about you, what's different about you, and what are you best at. And then I would say it's the evening round and then the Indian round kind of weigh the same.
The same.
Yeah.
You're watching South Asian Live. I'm your host Yudhvir Jaswal. In our next segment, not only are we going to discuss what parents think about this, and also I know Tony as an organizer, he must be having some hard time convincing the parents. I don't know whether some of the parents came to him. Our daughter should have won because I'm quite sure out of all those 30 odd girls, especially at the screening time, and then finally after the judgment was delivered, there must be some parents not very happy with the verdict. They must have come to him, but our daughter should have won or at least been in the top 3. Was that a case like that? And how many of the parents complained? We'll certainly listen to that. And also, how do the parents take this in the right spirit that yes, it was good that our girl at least she got a chance to participate. We'll talk about that and a few other things right after a very, very short break. There is a magazine also that Tony Chawla is going to show after a very, very short break. Yeah. Do you think beauty pageants are any help to South Asian community? The poll question, I repeat, do you think beauty pageants are any help to the South Asian community? You can answer A, yes, or you can answer B, no. www.rogerstv.com/South Asian Live.
The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers or Rogers TV.
Welcome back to South Asian Live. I'm your host Yudhvir Jaswal. As far as the auto insurance rates are concerned, the good news is that yes, the Liberal government has promised that yes, they are forming us fraud squad, and because of that, our auto insurances in Ontario, the target is they want to bring it down by 15%. How far they'll be successful, I'm not too sure about that, because our finance minister Charles Sousa, he's been promising before as well, but they said they may come 3 or 4% down, but that's certainly a debate, that will the auto insurance come down by 15% in Ontario. The other question that's being asked, are we going to have an election in Ontario? The NDP, they still haven't promised anything. Are they going to really support the budget or not? So that's the key question right now. But I think NDP, they are certainly trying to support the budget. As far as the recent developments are concerned, I doubt that we will have any election, though there was a lot of discussion that yes, we will have an elections. As far as Quebec is concerned, we certainly know that yes, elections has been announced there. The Pauline Mario, she's already announced that yes, the Queen's Park, they have dissolved everything right now as far as MPPs are concerned, and there is an election in Quebec. Will that be fought on the basis of sovereignty issue? Will there be other issues? I think that's still yet to be seen. Tony ji, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tony ji, if I may ask you, there must be some parents who would always come up to you and they would always say, my daughter should have won. At least I would do that if my daughter was participating. Yeah. So what do you think? You had these kind of parents there?
No.
Oh,
like
no.
we were very lucky.
Yeah.
Like all the parents who came in, they were really satisfied.
Very good.
What we did when we were having the info session, we called few of the parents so that they can see how it's going to happen.
Right.
So we kept it like really like open to everybody, okay, that they can see.
They can see. We have a few callers, so let's take them one by one. Dheeraj from Brampton is online with us. Dheeraj, welcome to the show South Asian Live. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for letting me call in. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So what do you have to add this evening?
And I think that the question is how does it help? How does the beauty pageants help in South Asian community? I'm an immigrant here since last, I would say, 7 or 8 years.
Right.
And the way I see it is, yes, as you are talking about the parents and stuff. I'm not yet parent, but what my opinion, being a professional, Indian professional in Canada, is it's pretty good, because this kind of shows, or like the beauty pageants, are a platform to showcase our community, not only to Canada but to whole world. And I would say, why not? Another thing is that there are a lot of girls, and they wanted to show their talent. So again, that's another benefit of having such beauty pageants in South Asian community. And most important, as we see this, in general, whether it's Canadian or whether it's Indian, any community, they get these are the role models of society in today's world. So I had seen a lot of I know one contestant who had participated in the beauty pageant, and she had done amazing work for her community, right? So I think people like this are today necessary, and that the community-driven work or the social work of society can be redirected via them, and that adds more value in general to the society.
Okay, Dheeraj, thank you very much for your comments. We wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shreya, if you want to add to that, what benefit, as Dheeraj was also asking, and this is one of the major questions that we're asking today, that what benefits do you think the South Asian community is going to get? Dheeraj has highlighted quite a few points, but if you want to add anything?
Yeah, so basically, you know what? It gives the girl a platform to make a difference. It gives you not only, if say, beauty pageants are attached with glamour
Right.
and beauty and all these things, and it gives you, it opens many doors and
Right.
opportunities in your life, such as, you can be a part of the entertainment industry if you're looking to, or you can even be recognized in the community. And with this platform, this gives you, a chance to make a difference. So as Dheeraj was saying, it was phenomenal what he said, and absolutely everything he said was true. Beauty pageants are needed because, as I said before, the role of women are changing, and we want to empower our daughters, our mothers, to make a difference and to be a part of it, and to celebrate the South Asian heritage.
To celebrate the South Asian
Yes.
heritage, to celebrate the South Asian woman. And do you think that yes, that was your objective when you started organizing this, Tony ji, or was it more of a business interest?
No. That
Okay.
was my objective. Like basically, by the grace of God, I'm doing well in my business.
Right.
So once you come to a level, then you start thinking about the community.
Good.
So we had to bring a difference in the community. That's the reason we brought up this pageant. And our pageant, you can say it's different than the other pageant.
How is it different?
No, we have brought this pageant up to international level.
Good.
You will see there are so many pageants. All pageants are good, but the winner, they win it, and that's it. Now, the winner of our pageant, they go to international level where 41 countries they are participating. That's how it.
You were a winner, and then you participated in Suriname.
Yes.
So how was the experience traveling around globally?
You know, it was one of the best experiences in my life. I totally loved it. I met so many different people. It changed me as a person. I learned so many things that I never would have if I didn't participate in it. So it definitely changed me. And you know what? If I could, I would do it again. It was just really amazing.
Really amazing. You can
Yeah.
you can't do it again. I think let's me ask the organizer. Tony, do you think if any of the girl she has participated, if she hasn't won, what is the rule? The rule says can she participate
No,
again?
she can participate again.
She can participate again.
She can participate again.
So a girl, if she can keep participating until she wins the crown.
Yeah.
She can do that. That's the rule.
Yeah.
That's the rule. Oh, that's
Yeah.
well, that's good. But you already won it, you know.
Yeah,
So
she's
so
already the
you
crown
can't go
holder.
any further. Right? You already
Exactly.
been at the #1 position. Okay, and after that, you know, what are your future plans now after winning this?
So basically, you know what, I help my dad in his business, and that's what I like doing. And I got an offer for a couple of Punjabi movies and
Right.
stuff, but that's not something I really want to do. What I really want to do is help out the community in many ways.